Today I'm going to be doing a first impression on the Max Factor Skin Luminizer Miracle Foundation. I'm not typically a huge fan of Max Factor. I just think that the brand is a little bit meh, you know. However, saying that, they do produce my best blush in the world, which is, it's one of the creme puff blushes. This is in the shade Nude Mauve. Beautiful, beautiful quality. The look of it on the face is beautiful, and I lost the lid, which is very disappointing. That's what it actually looks like. This is another shade which I don't really like as much, but I definitely recommend you go pick up the Nude Mauve. You won't be disappointed. But anyway, back to the foundation, which is what you've come here to see today. So this costs $11.99. It currently has 4.5 out of 5 stars out of 84 reviews on the Boots website. I have the shade Light Ivory, and there are 6 shades to choose from in total, which isn't horrendous. I don't know why I'm still holding this up to you, just so you can have a look at it, I suppose. But 6 shades isn't horrendous. It's not fabulous, but it's kind of, I suppose, quite average for a drugstore foundation. They say that this foundation is infused with subtle skin luminizers. I just can't not hold it up, so I'm just going to hold it up. You can see it there. Look, can you see? It's kind of swirly, like raspberry ripple ice cream. So it's infused with subtle skin luminizers, which I assume is the white part of the ripple. It offers the perfect combination of radiance and coverage, and it ensures your skin will light up the room. Okay, so I'm expecting a lot here, Max Factor. If my skin is not providing light to light up my room, I'm going to be very disappointed, because I'm expecting a lot here. I'm just going to phone up the Blackpool Illuminations and tell them, switch off the lights this year. I'm coming through. I put my head out of the roof rack and it will just be like the best illumination ever in the world. This is probably an in-joke that you're only going to get if you live up north, but it doesn't really say anything about the coverage. I've not watched any other reviews or read any reviews on this other than seeing that it got the 4.5 stars out of 5. I've not actually read any of the reviews, so I don't really know much about it. All I know is that I'm going to be lighting up rooms, which, who doesn't want to be doing that? One thing I probably do know is it's going to be pink in true Max Factor style. This is going to be quite pink toned. Let's have a look. Okay, so there's my hand. Oh, as you can see, it's got a gold pump going on there, which is very nice. Okay, so I'm pumping it out, I'm pumping it out, I'm pumping it out. Okay, so the shade looks really, really nice. I'm impressed with that. It's quite a thick consistency. Look, it's not going anywhere. Not going anywhere, which is fantastic. It is going somewhere now, actually. Gravity took over and said, I am in control here. I suppose I'm just going to get on with this. I say that after 4 minutes of talking, I suppose. Anyway, so I have got my janky little AliExpress beauty blender, which actually I love. And I also have my AliExpress knockoff Zoeva brush. You know, very high class on my channel. So I figure that because I'm trying to get into using brushes to apply my foundation, because I have so many of them, I'll link my brush video down below if you care to watch it. So I'm going to begin with old trusty, which is Mr. Beauty Blender. And I suppose all that's left to do is just go for it. Why not? It seems quite light, and for once for Max Factor it does not seem to have pink undertones. Well, this is a huge shock, Max Factor. It actually seems to have, I don't know, quite neutral undertones. Now, something that I've been really enjoying doing lately is actually using my fingers to massage the foundation in. So I kind of have my fingers do the majority of the work, and then I go in with my beauty blender. I just feel like it just seems to be the way forward, and I've just been quite enjoying doing my foundation like this. If you've not watched my videos before, I do have oily skin, so I suppose a luminizing foundation, you might argue, isn't the best option for me, but I like living life on the edge, so we're just going to do it. Okay, so I feel like that went on very nicely with the old finger technique. So now I'm just going to finish off with old counterfeit beauty blender. I'm just patting the foundation into my skin. I don't feel like I'm lighting up the room just yet. I'm not feeling the need to switch off my light just right at this moment, but maybe that'll come soon. Okay, so I feel like I'm getting zero coverage from this. Like, I feel like there is absolutely no coverage, and I'm not sure if that's because the beauty blender is kind of taking off the foundation. Something's going on here. There's just no coverage happening whatsoever. Like, none. Zero. Nil. There's nothing. It's like I didn't put anything on my face at all. Can you see any difference? Right, so this is the luminized face. And then over here we have the non-luminized face, which, by the way, I'm breaking out a little bit. I'm kind of concerned that it's the Garnier Miracle Skin thingy micellar water that I talked about, my favourites. I just feel like ever since I've been using that, I've broken out a little bit. I really hope it's not that, because I really like that. Oh, actually, as well, the longer this has been on my hand, the more pink-toned it's looking. I would expect nothing less from Max Factor. Okay, so that gave me no coverage whatsoever. So I feel like I'm going to just put on another layer, because I don't think it'll do any harm. And also we can see how it layers up, which, let's face it, isn't going to be very difficult, because, well, it didn't even... what I want to see is, will it actually provide any trace of itself whatsoever? I don't know. So I'm just going to... Here we go again. You saw, I thought I put quite a lot on the first time. Do you agree? I was thinking, when you've gone a bit overboard there with the amount you've put on. But I'm just going to put, like, pretty much the same amount on again, which for me would usually be like a whole face worth of foundation. It seems to have gone on a lot better with the beauty blender, so maybe I won't use my hands anymore. You can kind of see now, can't you? It's kind of looking nice. It's looking nice. It's looking nice. My skin, I see what it means. Like, my skin is feeling a little bit kind of radiant now. I'm getting the radiance. That's okay. That's cool. That's cool. Okay. See, I wish I could see that side of my face when I did this. I can't comment. Did you see then? I was like, there's no comment I can give. You could give a comment because you've compared both sides. I can't compare any sides because I didn't see anything. Okay. Do you know, it's weird though. Like, it doesn't seem to be providing me with any coverage whatsoever. So far, I'm kind of feeling a little bit like this would be really brilliant mixed in with a foundation. But it says here, it offers the perfect combination of radiance and coverage. I'm getting a bit of radiance, but no coverage. Okay, so we're going to go in with the brush next. Just, I don't know why. Just because I don't know how to use a brush. Do I dab in there and then on the face? Or do I put it on my face first? What do people usually do? Gosh, you would not think that I've watched like probably a million different tutorials, would you? It sounds like I've never watched any. So I'm just going to... Look, I put it on my hand. There it is. That's a lot of foundation, isn't it? Keep in mind. And I'm just going to put my brush in there like that. Oh, is this what they do? I have no idea what people are doing these days. Even though I watch makeup tutorials every single day. Oh, this feels nice though. Oh. See, it looks quite yellowy undertone, doesn't it, now as it's going on? Which is very unexpected for Max Factor. I'm just used to them being quite pink. Is that the postman? He's got a red jacket on. He looks like the postman. But I don't know if he is. Not that you care. You couldn't care less. Okay, so I'm kind of liking this application with this buffer brush. Sorry, you can't see thing there, could you? Sorry, I'll just release you from the mirror. So I'm liking the application with the brush. I'm liking it. I'm just kind of stippling it on. I feel very professional right now with my terminology. Stippling it on with my buffer brush. Do you know what? I'm liking this. I am liking it. I'm liking it. I don't think that this foundation is providing me much coverage whatsoever. However, it's making me look so radiant, like an angel sent from... See, I'm an atheist, so I don't believe in heaven, but sent from ancient Greece, maybe. An angel could be sent from ancient Greece. Do you know what? Just on another note, this knockoff buffer brush from Zoeva from AliExpress, it's from AliExpress. I'm really impressed with this. This has been a really nice application process. You're getting like 2 reviews in one here. But this is actually really, really nice. I've really enjoyed this experience. Sorry, I'm going on way too much now. Okay, so what I'm noticing up close is this foundation definitely... I mean, I'm loving how it's looking here on camera. I think it's looking really, really nice and glowy and radiant, and I'm adoring it, really. But it's a whole different kind of story when I look in my little mirror up close, because I think the shade is a bit off. It's kind of already breaking up a bit on my nose, and I'm not quite sure why that is. This foundation is not liking my nose. I don't know if you can see, but it's just kind of refusing to settle on my nose area. It's also, I don't know if it's just that the shade isn't right, but can you see up close? It seems to be like making my skin look really dry. I had this exact same issue with the Pan Stick by Max Factor. Exactly the same issue with it just making my skin look super dry, and it's really difficult for me to explain, so I'm going to try and just show you. But can you see just around this area here how it's looking quite patchy? I don't know what that is. The Pan Stick did the exact same thing. It just makes my skin look chalky, and I'm not sure, is it because the shade is too light? Or is it just because it's a crap foundation? Who knows? This seems to be something that is Max Factor. A Max Factor kind of niggle. Oh, do you know what? The longer it's on my face, the more I really dislike it. So I'm really sorry that the last clip just kind of cut off really suddenly. I was just ranting on and on and on about how I didn't really like the foundation and blah blah blah. So anyway, I've been wearing the foundation now for a good couple of weeks. I actually lost the bottle somewhere. Somebody ran away with it and then hid it, and I couldn't do this end bit because I didn't want to do it without having the foundation and without having the foundation on my face. Today I've got it mixed in with my Ready Set Gorgeous foundation from CoverGirl, and this is my favourite way to wear the foundation. I'm mixing it with another foundation because on its own it provides zero coverage. It also makes my skin look extremely dry, and keep in mind I have oily skin. So yeah, I would say I don't like to wear this foundation on its own because it does nothing for me. Also, I feel like the name of it is very misleading. I was totally expecting that this foundation was going to be dewy. It was going to make my skin look really kind of illuminated and glowy. And being someone with oily skin, I was kind of a bit reluctant to try it because I struggle with oily skin. So I just thought this would be quite high maintenance for me and it would make my skin look really oily. However, it's the complete opposite. This foundation somehow manages to make my skin look super dry and pretty matte. I would definitely say if you have dry skin, I wouldn't recommend this foundation because I feel like it's just going to make your skin look really dry. It'll cling on to dry patches. I didn't even know I had dry patches, but apparently I have some dry patches around my nostrils, which this foundation uncovered. The one benefit of this foundation being someone of oily skin is that it keeps my skin looking super matte like all day. My skin never got oily when I was wearing this just by itself, which is insane because I have foundations that are geared towards oily skin and they still make my skin oily. Like, they can't control my oils all day. So it's a bizarre one, really. I would say if you're oily skinned, if you're in the market for a new foundation, then I wouldn't say there'd be any harm in giving this one a go. It's not terrible and it is actually really, really effective at controlling oils. However, I'd say if you're going into it thinking, right, I want a super luminous skin, this is saying it's a luminizing foundation. Don't buy it because it's not going to be the foundation that you would expect it to be at all. The reason why I have been quite enjoying mixing it in with other foundations is purely because I feel like, because it does have this little kind of swirl of like It reminds me of MAC Strobe Cream or the L'Oréal Lumi Magique Primer. I feel like it almost kind of tones out any oranginess from other foundations that I like. And I kind of like it for that reason. Also, I do feel like it helps keep my skin looking matte. In reality, now that I've concluded this review and I don't really need to test it anymore, I'm probably not going to be mixing it in with any foundations because I don't think that it does anything particularly dramatic. And I think in a way maybe I've just been searching for something because I've been wanting to test it out. Like, this is going to be a foundation that I'll possibly give away to maybe my mum because I just feel like she might like it. She likes Max Factor foundations, so maybe this is going to my mum. All in all, it's a bit of a disappointment. It seemed like it would be a beautiful foundation, and if, you know, I'm always in the market for a luminizing foundation. Who isn't? It definitely failed to meet my expectations, unfortunately, but it did surprise me. If it was like the matte effect long-lasting foundation, I would probably have said, yes, this does everything it says it's going to do. But it's not a luminizing foundation, so don't buy it thinking it's going to make you look like a glowing goddess. I'm definitely not lighting up any rooms. Like, people at work were not in any way blinded by my presence, which was rather unfortunate, you know. I even walked in late to some training on Friday morning, and one of the lights wasn't working in the boardroom, and I was thinking as I was going up, don't worry, Anwen's coming in, she's late, but you'll all be thankful for me because I'm going to be a beacon of light. Just shuffled awkwardly in and said, sorry for being late, everybody. No one was blown away. Nobody said, Anwen, thank God you're here. We can actually see what we're doing now. We can see our notes. Nobody said anything. So I don't recommend this foundation. I don't think it's anything special. I think, yeah, I just don't think it's anything special. Zero coverage. Makes your skin look dry. Definitely, if you have dry skin, don't buy this. Don't buy this. Okay, so I'm going to go now. Thank you as always for watching. Please do let me know in the comments below if you've tried this foundation. What are your thoughts? I know that I'm here doing like the video, but I'm so keen always to hear your opinions on things because I'm in no way, like, I'm just doing the video. This is my opinion. I want this to be like an open forum where like we can all give our opinions and just have a bit of a non-biased discussion of makeup, because I feel like YouTube is so saturated at the moment with, I don't know, you never know if something's a sponsorship, you never know if it's like a biased review, you just don't know anymore. So I just always want anyone watching my video to know that I'll always just give you my opinion, and yeah, that's just what I think. I'm not in no way biased about anything. I'm just telling you the honest truth so that you have my opinion. Not that it means anything, but it's always nice when a friend says to you, hey, this is a great foundation, give it a go, it might suit you, it might not. That's just like, I just like to think that's my role in everything. Anyway, I'm gonna go now. I'm getting distracted by the traffic because it's chaos outside. Whenever the weather just turns a slight bit, not even extreme, just like there's a bit of rain, the traffic it can't cope. People cannot cope with it here in Manchester, apparently. Anyway, I'm going to go now. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll be back soon. I'm going to go now. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll be back soon with more reviews. Bye. Also, let me know if there's any videos you'd like to see, because I'll do them too. Bye.